welcome to Interac Express, your ticket to a job as an Interac ALT living and working in Japan. Find out more at interactnetwork.com. I'm your host, Brian. Today, our guest is Josh from Hiroshima. Josh, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
So, Josh, tell us something about yourself, how you came to come to Japan.
Uh, well, I've been in Japan for a good while now. I try not to count the years, but I've been in Japan so long that I originally found an advertisement to join Interac through Craigslist.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how far back it was. And I was interested in it because I had applied for JET and got rejected so coldly they didn't even reply.
Wow.
But found the ad for Interac, went to the not the orientation seminar, but the recruitment seminar. Laid down a demo lesson, and they said yes.
Wow. That's a pretty typical case, though, actually. Um, so, coming from overseas, right?
Right.
Yeah, it happens. Happens a lot. Um, what about since then? What have you been up to? You and
Uh,
I go back a while. We were
right.
up there in Hitachi together after the earthquake.
Right.
Um, how about since then?
Since then, like I said, was out there up until the earthquake, and then about 2013, I moved out to the Hiroshima branch to serve as the instructor development manager out here, which was what I was doing for most of my time when I was in Hitachi.
You know,
And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
hmm. No, just that's kind of a typical progression. I think people join the company as teachers, and then if they have a mind to it, they can move up in the company and move around. Um, get to do different things. You've done a lot of different things. What kind of different kinds of teaching have you done?
I have done teaching for everything that we offer in English. My French is no longer as strong as it used to be, so I couldn't do that. But I've taught kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, high school. When I was in Hitachi, I did teaching in the evenings for all of the factories that are around there. I've done special events for companies. I think the most memorable of which was part of a summer training event for a factory. They got in all of the new people who had joined the factory, so it's about 90 people in an auditorium, and they had to learn how to give a speech for 5 minutes in English, and they had 3 days to do it.
Oh yeah, that used to be kind of a common thing, like a
Yeah.
way of team building or something like that. Um, yeah, I've done a couple of those as well. Um, we used to have one every year that was out at a hotel near Narita Airport.
Really.
And yeah, and the new people for the company would come straight to Narita Airport, get off the plane, and go straight into the hotel for 3 days, and basically have to do that crash course in English. Um, poor kids. I felt sorry for them the whole time because they were under so much incredible pressure.
It builds character. Pressure
You think
builds
so?
character.
You think so? Speaking of
Most of
character,
them.
what sticks out to you as your most memorable character among the students teaching in schools? That with decorum that we can talk about, right?
Most memorable character.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot, especially in junior high school. Usually, it's like in the second grade. Um, that's when they decide, like, what type of student they're going to be. Like,
Right.
first grade, they're still basically kids. Third grade, they're all focused on the test. Second grade is, really where their own personal character begins to shine. Um, Trying to think of a good one.
Oh, there has to be one
I,
that sticks out, like a, you know,
Oh, there's so many. That's really the problem. Trying to narrow it down. It's like,
Yeah, there's the kid that wants to be a superhero. There's, you know, the kid that says he's the reincarnation of Musashi Miyamoto. Um,
actually, I tell you what, there's especially with that opening line that kid sticks out. I taught at that junior high school for 2 years. First year, we're in the English class, and this kid comes up to me and starts talking to me in pretty good English because he had just came back from living in New Zealand for 6 months.
right.
And, he was actually interested in English. So, we would talk all the time before and after class, just normal conversations. He wasn't asking, oh, how do I say this or that better? But smart kid, paid attention in class. Um, except he found the textbook like too easy. So like, he just whipped through things and just like, yeah, okay, cool, done. And go back to minding his own business.
Right.
This kid sticks out to me because, here in Japan, they have the work experience, right? That the junior high school kids have to do. Usually in second grade, they go spend like a week working at, what might be their job in the future.
Right.
Uh, this kid came up and asked me, he's like, can I go work at your company for this?
Mm,
And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, when I grow up, I want to use English
mm,
to do work. And I don't want to teach English. I want to use English.
right.
And I was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what, make some calls. And so we went ahead and, made it happen. So he spent a week working with us in the office. Two member, uh, I could tell this kid was real smart because we just like gave him a simple test. It's like, okay, I need to ask you, what do you do for your job? I explained it. And I was like, all right, tell you what, I'll give you this situation. Please read this email from an ALT, and then you tell me what you would do in this situation.
Right.
And he gave me an extremely logical, like correct answer. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
kid, you way too smart.
He's
You might be
genius.
too
Yeah. Hmm.
might be too smart.
Yeah, we get those kids in the office in Tokyo, or we used to before coronavirus. We used to get them coming in, and they're always really sharp. They ask really, pointed questions about language policy and you know, like not even just practical things, but you know, like national language policy was the one question I got from one of the girls. Like, how are we sure that this was affecting national language policy or something like that? Um, they're always very interesting to get those kids in in the workplace. So, Josh, I want to go to, this is a very interesting background and stuff, but I want to go to the real topic that, I brought you here to discuss, and that's junk food.
All right, let's go.
So, what's at the top of your menu? What's at the top of your list these days?
Uh, recently, my main focus has been on. Um, I can't read the kanji completely, but it's like a souped up version of a lot of uh, regular flavors.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically applying more of the flavoring powder to it. But it's all been on potato chips.
Right.
Um, the best one that I found in that has been the double wasabi beef one of that.
Wasabi beef. Wow.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
had a very pleasant burn,
Mm-hmm.
good crunch. I like it.
Yeah.
Um, there's also been a rash of gourmet, fancy, just like legitimate pinky out
Yeah.
caricatures on the bag
Uh-huh.
with like, what was it? It's like sea salt and truffle.
I had that. That's actually really good.
Yeah, and I was very surprised by like how they came out. It was a nice subtle flavor. I
I
liked it.
think they're Komeda is the manufacturer.
Maybe
Yeah.
I just picked it. I was like, yeah, this let's give this a shot.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's always a thing you never know. It's a gamble. Like, this could be heaven or hell in a bag.
right, and then
Hmm.
and you have to take that gamble because in like 3 weeks this is going to be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. seasonal flavors and stuff. You know, recently I've been into ice cream bars.
Word. What you
Uh,
got?
really, really thin ones, like small ones that are like 30 or 50 calories each. I mean, I'm trying to reduce my weight, so I I have to find ways to satisfy my sweet tooth, but not go over my calorie limit. So there's box of them that has 12. They're Meiji, and vanilla, chocolate, and a vanilla cookie one. The cookie one is just awesome, and I can't believe it's 50 calories for one of these bars. Like, but I can eat two of them, and then that's enough. Compared to eating like two super cups or a choco bar or something, is like, that's like 500 calories. You know,
That's interesting. I hadn't seen that because like
mm.
I
They're in the
sometimes
cabinet. They're not in the convenience store.
ah
They're over in the cabinet at the supermarket, right?
okay.
Right.
Yeah, because like sometimes I do want just like a little bit of ice cream, but not a
Yeah.
whole lot. And
Yeah.
like I have, like you say, you get a couple of super cups, just keep them in the freezer, but it's just like I don't want all of this at
No.
this time. And it's not like you can put it in the refrigerator.
No. Not like you could just eat half a super cup either.
Right. Because
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're already in. The
Yeah.
super cup is getting eaten now.
Yeah. That's right. Once you pop, you can't stop. Like,
There it is.
yeah. I really think that the having it on a stick, lets you really control the level of commitment to the ice cream.
Right. And if they got that portion, right, where it's just like, yeah, no, you'll be fine with like the one or the two. And
Yeah.
like you say, then you're just left with the stick. It's like, yes, this is a sign that you are finished.
Right. Um, so I just, really, glad we got to talk about junk food. It's always been our topic. You know,
Well,
I've been seeing also you've been doing some really interesting looking cooking.
yeah, but not not just because of having to do more remote work, but just over the last year or so, I really have been really trying out new recipes. I've always liked cooking, but recently started uh, looking at new recipes and whatnot on like social media and such. I was like, I should try that.
Hmm.
And who knew? Yes, you can use tortilla chips to batter fried chicken. Who knew?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
So I got to go to the second part of the show, which is us talking about open positions,
All right.
right? And let me pull up the list here. And guys, I know this is the part that a lot of you are really interested in. Um, right now, I can say that there are 114 locations open nationwide, right? And by locations, I mean individual, like, towns or cities that we're trying to, place a teacher. So 114 is the number of locations is open, and that goes from Hokkaido to Kyushu, right? In every area. So I'm not going to read all of them, but some major ones in Hokkaido. Starting in Hokkaido, we have Sapporo and some other surrounding towns. Last week, I talked about in Iwate, Tono. Tono is a really beautiful town. It's like, I would say it's like the Shire from Lord of the Rings. It's in a little valley, and it's a really beautiful town, and a river running through the middle, and it's famous for kappa, the water sprites, right? So it's actually a magical place. Also, some places also other in Iwate out by the coast. It's a beautiful coast there, like the Big Sur in Northern California area, Miyagi Prefecture, around Sendai, Ishinomaki, Zao. Zao is a great one if you like skiing. Like, Zao is a ski resort, right? It's going to be beautiful there. A lot of places, Yamagata. Yamagata is kind of like a forgotten prefecture, but everybody that goes there loves it, right? And Yamagata City, Obanazawa, different places there. Fukushima, one place. Mindown, Chiba. Yeah, plenty of places in Chiba, Kashiwa, Chiba, Funabashi, Aromboso, Ichihara, Kimitsu. Yamanashi, a couple places. Minami Alps is one. Nagano, a couple places there too. Nagano, the whole prefecture for high schools. Suwa City, Suzuka, Tatsuno, a couple places. Toyama, I'm looking for a CIR in Toyama. I'm looking for someone who has high level Japanese, N2 with high speaking or N1 preferably, that can drive and go to Toyama. A few places in Niigata, Agamachi, Sanjo, Seiro. We're down to your place now, your old school area in Ibaragi. So to give a shout to the people in Ibaragi, I've got Shimotsuma, Moriya, Katsushina, Ushiku, Ishioka, Hitachi Omiya. Pretty standard places. Can't go wrong with any of those.
Yeah, no, Hitachi's pretty good. Like Hitachi is good if you can't drive, Hitachi's a good spot.
Right,
If you can drive, Hitachi Omi is pretty good.
right. It's a really like a broad, spread out place. Like,
Yep.
yeah. So, plenty of places to go around. Kanagawa, Zama, Hiratsuka, and Yugawara. Also, I have a thing here for a boarding school in Yokosuka. Now, I know this boarding school is a military school, actually, right? And they're going to prefer to have a North American teacher, and it's a boys' school, so a male teacher, and preferably someone with military experience, right? So this would be good for somebody who is ex-military living in the Kanto area, actually. That's a rather unique position that we have. Okay, go in the middle part here, in the central area. I got Shiga, Shizuoka, Kosai, Osaka, Sakai. Sakai is really big, so we got Sakai City. So Higashi Osaka and Kashiwara, Mie-shima and Matsuzaka and Minami Ise. Gifu, Nakatsugawa, Kagawa. This is now into your area now, over to the Shikoku. Kagawa, Mitoyo, and Matsue in Shimane. Also Bizen, Okayama, Kochi, Kamimachi. Also Manocho in Kagawa. Tokushima, Mitoyoshi, Kagawa again. Marugame, Yamaguchi Shunan. Some other in Kagawa, Sakaide, Tadotsu, Tsukumo, and Iwakuni. Iwakuni is also one I get a lot of requests for Iwakuni. And Hiroshima, where you are, I got that as well. Shimane, Matsue, Kochi Konan, Kochi Ken, high schools, Fukuoka Kitakyushu, Saga, Ogi, your own island. This is your own island, is a shout out for that. If you want to get the island experience, like Okinawa, like live on an island and like be at the beach in 5 minutes, Yoron is your choice, right? It's the only island I've got open right now. There are nice allowances, so there's a little more money involved living in Yoron. Also, the cost of living is lower. Fukuoka as well, Sasaguri, Kumamoto Uki, Miyazaki Saito, Saga Takeo, and Oita. So those are my open positions for this week. 114 different locations. So make sure you apply today, guys. You can apply on our site, interactnetwork.com. You can also apply on Gaijin Pod, Jobs in Japan, Link Japan Careers. You can also apply on our Facebook page here. You can apply anywhere where we are posting our applications, which is everywhere. So make sure you apply today. And also check out our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. The usual thing. Drop us a comment. Give us some love.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
real quick. Let me
Yeah,
try
what's
to
up?
sell some of these spots real quick.
Right.
If you like surfing,
Yeah.
if you are into surfing,
Right.
pretty much anywhere on Shikoku Island, so that'd be Kagawa, Kami, Konan, Tsukumo especially, excellent surfing. The person who was just there was heavy into surfing, and it is apparently good.
Oh,
I'm too scared to surf.
that's good to hear. Yeah, I'm not really a surfer, but
Yeah,
there are guys out there and gals out there that are into surfing, so that's good to know. Um, down there in Shikoku, I've never been to Shikoku, but a lot of
it's
people
pretty
like it.
good.
Yeah.
Has some amazing, amazing valleys, surprisingly nice mountains and whatnot for, you wouldn't expect them, but yeah, good surfing, good fishing as well. So if you are the outdoors type, Shikoku's secretly good, secretly good. So is Matsue also if you're,
Hmm.
again, into the great outdoors.
Right. There's some of these places that are, not the main places. They're not small, like Matsue. I've been to Matsue. Matsue is what, 50,000 people?
Yeah, no, it's an
It's
actual city.
it's
Yeah,
an actual city, but it's not huge, right?
right.
You have all the amenities there that you'd have anywhere else. They got a book off and stuff like that. So
Also, they got a Burger King.
the Burger
So if
King.
you're in a place without a Burger King and you would like to try a Japanese Burger King,
Hmm.
maybe you want
What
to.
is your take on Burger King?
I wish there were a few more Burger Kings in Japan.
I got one in my
Uh,
station.
yeah, see, Hiroshima does not have a Burger King.
Mm.
I know, right? So you would
Yeah.
think that they would.
Mm.
Um, but uh, on the flip side, though, there are a lot of local places that do good burgers here.
Yeah. That's
But
cool. That's the great thing about Japan too, is you can find even in a local place, there'll be some restaurant that doesn't look like it does something amazing, but you go in there and they just make like a Michelin star level burger or something like that.
yeah, there's a place actually near my house
Mm.
that, when I first moved out here, I passed it every day. And first of all, I had to look at it just because, like, it's named Otis, like
Otis.
the name. So I was just like, what is
Yeah.
going on here?
Yeah. Like the
Uh,
tractor.
yeah, and then I went in though, but it's really good Mexican food.
Wow.
It's
That's hard
just
to find.
a random Japanese couple who was like, yeah, we spent some time in the States and we love Mexican food. So we was like, yeah, we're bringing it here.
Wow. That's amazing. I had some of the best wood-fired pizza I've ever had in my life, actually, at Italian place up in the mountains in Okayama. And
I've heard tales of this place.
yeah, I think you have, because I was, yeah, with your staff. So, this Phantom Place up there. It's near Maniwa City, up there in the
Yeah.
mountains. So you never know. You find some place that looks like it doesn't do anything, and you go inside, and the chef is trained overseas or lived in some country, and they just kick out the best stuff ever. Anyways, guys, we're coming to an end here. 114 locations, so there's definitely a place for you to get a job if you are looking for an ALT job with Interac. Sign up today, interactnetwork.com. All right, Josh, thanks for coming on the show.
Yep. Once again, thank you for having me.
Sure, no problem, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye bye, everybody.
Goodbye, y'all.